Hey peeps, hopefully you will be able to make your way over and find this live. Just gonna have a look and see if it's showing on my channel. It's not at the moment. That's not reassuring. Oh, people are here! Yay! Okay. The internet is really not playing ball. It just keeps kicking me off. So I will give this one more try. If this one dies, then I'm going to call it a night, because I will get really frustrated, and that would be annoying. I've just sent an email to say I've gone live, so that's good because I didn't get that with the last one. Fingers crossed, touch wood, that it stays. Caroline's here. Cornwall Crafter says hello. Amy says hey. Luminaria says welcome back. Robin says hello. Connor L. Kent says, are we back? Think so. Fingers crossed. Luminaria says, love the jumper. Thank you. 80s-tastic. It's the Grasser 961. My latest make. Conchetta says, hi, we're back. Jillian Pin says, my fingers are crossed, thank you. Joker Cleese says, did you forget to feed the hamsters or are there gremlins invading again? I think it's the gremlins this time because the hamsters have been well fed. Debbie says, yay, we've got you. Fox says, are we live? Caroline says, okay, so we all wish it's a great week and stay on. Thank you. Trish says, hello again. Hello. Joe says, found you. Robin says, no spinning wheel of frustration. Huzzah and hurrah. Yes. Connor L. Kent says, please help me to convince the boss not to make an announcement on the plane. They'll know when we cross the date line, and I start crying. Oh, that's too funny. But I don't know. I kind of like the idea of that. Sorry, I'm not going to be a lot of help. You realize that we are all going to gang up on you in September, the three of us, 3 potato peeps against one husband. Elena did send me straws that go with this, and I've put them somewhere safe. I've got the straw caps. I know exactly where they are, but I can't find the straws, which is annoying. Elena says, are the hamsters now back to work? So far, so good. Darcy says, did everyone survive the trip over? And Conchetta says, I noticed the title of the other video included fabric sorting. I'm on a buying hiatus since Joanne closed and I have to live vicariously through fabric hauls. There is a fabric haul and plan video coming on Tuesday, and I have filmed a haul of all the things that I've bought in the second quarter of the year, which is a lot. And that will be coming out probably not next week, but the week after. And I have sorted the fabrics this morning. I don't know why I put fabric sorting in there. Maybe because I was thinking I was going to do it and then I just did it because I'd written it down. So I just did it, which was probably silly, but never mind. We can certainly play with some fabrics. Joe says, like the stream, peeps. Yes, please do like the stream. Give it a thumbs up. It really does make a difference. Con L. Kent says, just remember who will do a lot of the cooking, and it won't be me, my water burner of a wife. Oh, does Erica burn water? That's fabulous. I'm happy to do some cooking too. Joker Clee says, I know what's wrong. We forgot the pineapple and the lemons again. Lol. The lemons are right behind you. Do you want to see the... Oh, I've got 2 potential... 2 potential... They're not here, though. Oh, come on. How do I refresh? Don't need to see that one. How do I know I've put them in. I was going to show you the potential thumbnails I've got for Tuesday's video, and I have put them into the photo app and they are not here, which is frustrating, but I can get to my desktop from here. At least I think I can. Theoretically, I can. Let me search for it. There we go. Okay. Haha. No, that's the... No. Have I already put them in the bin from the desktop because I have uploaded them to the... oh, hang on. Yeah. I've already put them in my photos, so I've put them in the bin and they're not on my photos and they're not on the desktop. So never mind. I was going to show you guys the 2 thumbnails that I have made for the lemons that is coming out, but I can't. So, yes. Where did I get to with the chat? Conchetta says, but did you feed the gremlins after midnight? No. I like Mogwai as he is. Somebody fed gremlins after midnight, though, because they've been chewing the internet cables. We're going to blame them. Joker Clear says, oh, and there's an online sale at simplicity.com in the clearance section, $4 patterns for 50% off. My credit card nearly had a spasm when they saw my order, lol. Oh, I miss being able to order patterns. Oh. I have such a giant list as well, but they won't send them to me anymore. It's mean. Connell Kent says, I love her dearly, but in the 11 years of marriage, she has made a total of 6 meals for me. You clearly didn't marry her for her cooking. Darcy says, we have forgotten the pineapple. Pineapple is right there. Or we can... Now it looks like a ski uniform for like a random country. Still got fluff all over me as well. I'm such a child. I amuse myself if nothing else. We have pineapples. Joker Clay says, oh, and Butterick and Vogue patterns for $4.99 too. How much of them are calls? I haven't got that. I know. I need to sell some fabric before I'm allowed to buy anything more. Robin says, Connor Kent, you have no idea how excited I am for the scran. You've been teasing for literal years. Feed me, Seymour, feed me. Haha. Lulz. Conchetta says to Joker, please, now I have to head to look at patterns. Oh no. Eleanor says, who wants to knit a second leg warmer instead of me? Second sock syndrome. Luminary says to Joker Clears, you're killing me, mister. Look, I've been trying not to buy craft supplies. Laura says, hello. Luminaria says, me, lol. You're killing me, not you're killing miss killing. Oh, I think I added the me in anyway. Trish says, my partner of 35 years who passed away not from my cooking, used to say that when I cooked, you would know that dinner is ready when the smoke alarm goes off, lol. Caroline says, I'll have to lend you Kierden. He's getting good at rodent control. Yes, you were talking about that the other night. Jinapin says to Elena, no, because I'm casting on a second sock, unless you want to swap. Darcy says, we need a pineapple brooch, you see. Yes. Caroline says, we've been married 41 years. Himself has cooked for me twice, both times after I've been in hospital, but he orders a mean takeaway. Nice. Connell Kent says to Robin, or is it Robin with a Y? Seems like my honor is on the line then. Let's collaborate both the boss and lock in the menus. Yes. Rotten Ralph says, Darcy says, I only have successfully completed a pair of anything by knitting both at once. Yeah, I'm really glad that I don't have to knit socks. Guys, I need to go and press 4 seams. I need to turn the iron. I turned the iron on and then the internet died. So I need to heat the iron up again. Because I am literally shedding this fabric everywhere. So, yeah. Yes. Yes. So I'm just waiting for the iron to heat up, and then I can iron those 4 seams, and then I can turn this into something, theoretically. There we go. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I won't be long. Or at least I don't think I'll be long. She says managing to make everything really really long. My tummy is rumbling. Mum and Dad are saving dinner for 7 o'clock, which is very kind of them. Okay, nearly done. 2 down, 2 to go. Okay. Done. Oh, itchy nose. Gosh, there's 43 of you here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Elena says to Gin and Pins, I just started this one and those ones aren't even for me. Oh, good luck. You can do it. Robin says, Robin with an eye, just like the chubby little bird hat. And yes, definitely we need to start finalizing plans, even if it's just so I know how much I need to let all the clothes out by. Luminaria says, yay, ironing challenge completed. Yes. Gamify your life. Make mundane things more interesting. Connor L. Kent says, speaking of the boss and keeping her well fed, we're heading for brunch, but it was serendipitous related. People need to stop giving me the word of the day calendars. That this hangout was at 3. Was it 3 to go? 3 mo's to go. Have an amazing brunch. Enjoy. Give the boss a squeeze from me and probably Robin too, please. And cannot wait to see you in September. September the 8th, apparently. I have got it in my diary. It is in there. 3 months to go. Ta-ta for now. Ta-ta for now. With 3 months to go. Okay, thank you. And yes, have a wonderful brunch. Gin and Pin says, if I'm knitting flat, I knit both sleeves at the same time. That way they end up the same length. That's a really good thing. Yeah, Mum's currently finishing off a Moray Star jumper for me. She just knit one for herself. And she very kindly agreed to make me one. And it's going to be in a bright sunshine yellow yarn, which I am looking forward to having. And she is knitting, I think, the first sleeve currently, which is in the round, I believe. Yes, it's in the, no, it's flat. It is flat. But she's only knitting one at a time. Because I, of course, decided I wanted to go off-piste and have ribbing at the cuffs rather than the little kind of like rolled hem that the pattern calls for, because I prefer ribbing. And so, yeah. Oh no, is it gone again? Joker Clee says, I am indeed jealous of this impending trip of yours. It's going to be epic. Caroline says, oh, drat those gremlins. Has it gone again? Can somebody say something? Because Joker Cleaser says you'll have to come over here sometime, Sean, and I'll whip up my favorite marinade for some steak and chicken, lol, soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, oil, and a few other things too. That sounds delicious. And yes, I really would like to get to Canada. Luminaria says the stream has been perfect for me. Oh, yay! Yay! Robin says I knit both sleeves at the same time too. Weirdly, feels like I'm finishing so much quicker, which is bizarre because I'm doing exactly the same amount of stitches. Yeah, it's the same as me with like having to construct things in a certain order so that they go together quicker, which is utter nonsense. Caroline says my Moire star is pale cream, pretty. Trish says working live here. Conchetta says stream looks good. Joker Cleve says absolutely delicious, especially when served with potato salad, cold rice salad, and a pasta salad. That sounds like a lot of carbs. I just want the meat, please. Which is probably not at all acceptable, but yeah. All right, okay. So I've got a pin on my little collar on. And so there's one side, and let's do the other side, and I have pinned that seam that direction. So I'll do the same with this one because I don't want a twisted seam. If I can help it. There we go. And now just have to ease everything in. And theoretically, this fits perfectly, so it shouldn't need like loads of easing, but we shall see. We all know how these things go. Let's see. Robin says stream is perfect. Good. Caroline says to Joker Clue sounds delicious. It does indeed. Julian's here, stopping in to say hey. Hi, lovely. How are you? I loved the suit that you finished. It's absolutely gorgeous. Luminaria says, what you making? I'm making yet another little McCall's shrug in the ivory colour of the super expensive knit fabric. This one was from Minerva, and it was the super expensive one because Pound Fabrics do not have this colour available in stock. The only colour they have left is the yellow one. They've got 6 meters of it. I would very much like a lot more of these shrugs in all the colours that Minerva do. That went in really well. Let's do the other side. And I will kind of like work up to getting, I would like a red one, a green one, and a petrol blue one. I think they're the next kind of colours that I want to get. But at like £27 a metre, it's expensive, even though this pattern only takes a metre. Given that Pound Fabrics have it for like £12.99 a metre, just makes me wonder what the markup is that Minerva are charging. It used to be £32.99 a metre on Minerva, so they have like reduced the price by a fairly decent chunk, but still, it's expensive. Darcy says I should stop clicking the ad bunnies for my book and finish recovering my eye mask. Yes. Oh, that went in perfectly as well. I'm not going to sew it because it's on a noisy overlocker, and the peeps in the Patreon hangout know very well that I can't concentrate and on the overlocker and talk to you guys at the same time. Multitasking is not my forte. So yeah. Let's see, where did I get to with the chat? Elena says to Gin and Pins, I do typically knit warmers at the same time on the round needles, but this time it was a new, to me, easy pattern, but I love how it looks. It's chunky and stable. Ooh, pretty. Good luck with the second one. You can do it. Gin and Pin says, I now knit the back, then the sleeves, then the front. I don't have so many random half balls left that way. Oh, nice. That's sensible to do it that way. Robin says, lolling at Joker Cleese. Worcestershire sauce. Wash your sister sauce. Yes, I like that. Worcestershire sauce. I dropped a bottle of that in the kitchen the other day. That was fun to clean up with kittens running around going, why does it smell so funny? Why is it spicy? Caroline says hi to Julian. Julian says thank you. You're very welcome. Luminaria says delightfully you're completing the rainbow. Yes, basically. Yeah. I would like an entire rainbow of these cover-ups because I wear them so often and in my head they go with everything. So yeah, an entire rainbow of them would be good. I also have a rainbow of the Nick of Time glitter shoes from Irregular Choice. I have one more color to get. I need to get a blue so that I have the proper rainbow, because I've got red, orange, yellow, green, indigo and purple or violet, but I don't have blue. I mean, technically I have navy, but I'm classing that as the indigo one, so I need the light blue one. And then I also have the black with purple shift, and so I obviously need the cream ones as well. I have issues. We know this. Darcy says, I should stop clicking. I've read that one, sorry. Joanna's Feeling Crafty says, hello from Ireland. I adore your jumper. New make. Yes, my latest make. It is the Grasser 961 pattern. It's got floof all over it. Can I get the floof off? No, I cannot. Just looks like I'm touching myself up now. Come on, floof. There we go. Got it. Yes, it is. It is my, in my head, my 80s Olympic ski team uniform, and I'm so pleased with the points. I am very impressed with myself with the points. So yeah. Conchetta says, I wonder if the Simplicity sale has anything to do with their recent sale to the company that might be liquidators. There are some conflicting reports regarding the sale. There are. Darcy says, did anyone else get the picture of a rat in the cage who just hit the button for dopamine and forget about everything else? Or was that just my group therapist? No, I've heard about that experiment. Yeah. Didn't they let themselves starve because they were going for the pleasure center hits rather than the food? Yeah, that doesn't sound like anyone at all, does it? Joanna says, I love the 80s Olympic ski team core. You are the most delightful trendsetter. Thank you. If you like this, do you want to see the dress? I wore this out to the cinema the other night. It was very comfortable. I like this dress a lot. And then we've got, I think I showed you guys these last week, didn't I? We've got my we've got my Misusu stereo sweaters in a variety of bright and 80s tastic fabrics. So yes. Yeah. But I do very much like this sweater. It's definitely ridiculous. Gin and Pin says, I finished my woven summer scarf this morning. Really happy with it. Now planning some placemats and a table runner for my small loom and a big wrap using my hand spun yarn. Amazing. Joanna says, yes, I want to see the dress and love the dress. Oh, thank you. And Darcy says, trying to be smarter than a rat in a cage. Theoretically, that shouldn't be too difficult. Would you like to see my fabric collection? This is, I've had to reorganize the viscose because it was in two cubby holes and it's needed to spread up to like 2 2/3, and then this is 10 meters of lawn that just won't fit in the lawn cubby hole anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of fabric in there. I do have giant piles of fabric next to you for my destash, which I will be doing. So yes, need to start working on that. Joanna says these jumpers are amazingly ridiculous. Tickle the 80s nostalgia. Yeah. Well, they're replacing the same patterns that I made last year, but I made them all in the sort of like tan and muted colors, and they just didn't hit that, like, I want to look like a Crayola crayon that got dressed in the dark in the 80s and all of the colors are bright. So yeah, I think I'm gonna all of that previous loungewear that I made has been donated. Mum had some friends come around that were looking for stuff, and they took like a giant bag, and they were really happy with everything, which is great. So it's all gone to somebody else. I've kept the tan trousers, but everything else went. And I've replaced it all with Dayglow 80s stuff, which I am quite excited about. So yes. Darcy says, trying to be smarter than Arachne Cage despite all my rage. Yeah, there is that. Olivia says, hello from Iowa. Good morning. Luminaria says, lol, Darcy, I had that going through my head as well. Joker Clee says, and here I thought I was the only one that suddenly had that song running through my head, though mine's the Weird Al version. Okay, I'm clearly missing the song. Remind me. Joanna says, Crayola core, I'm here for it. Yeah. And Conchetta says, that is exactly where my brain went when I read your last post, lol. Joanna says, the most epic loungewear wardrobe. Yes. All of the comfies. It's all I want to wear at the moment. Technically, it's also all that fits really at the moment as well, which is like, yeah. Luminaria says, you've got to need some glow in the dark to finish your 80s crayon box. Yeah, I did have that kitty fabric that had the eyes that glowed in the dark, but it was on a grey background. And so I gave it to Tatty, who I think wears it. But yeah, some Dayglow. Ooh, those stereo sweaters have got lots of lines that you could put Dayglow piping in. I have 3 there, and I have my Labyrinth one as well. I don't think I need any more stereo sweaters, but I want them. Darcy says, definitely a good song. Joker Clee says the song's called Arachne Cage, Smashing Pumpkins. Joanne's Really Crafty says, yes, glow in the dark. Darcy says, glow in the dark is great. Conchetta says, Smashing Pumpkins, bullet with butterfly wings, artist and song title. Thank you. I thought listened to all of the Smashing Pumpkins, but apparently not. Or if to be fair, I have got a Taylor Swift song going in my head, and I don't even know the name of the song. I think it's Daylight, and I've got the one bit going over and over. Let's have a look and see if I can find, because I don't know the Lover album very, very well. It is not my favorite, although I did immediately buy Reputation the minute that she owned all of her own tracks. Daylight lyrics. Oh, here we go. Yeah. And I can see it all in my mind, all of you, all of me intertwined. I once believed love would be black and white, but it's golden. And I can still see it in my head, back and forth from New York, sneaking in your bed. I once believed love would be burning red, but it's golden, like daylight, like daylight, like daylight, daylight. I've got that going around and around in my head on repeat in the background. And I don't know that song very well. I haven't listened to it for ages. I don't think. I have had Taylor Swift on shuffle. Continue playing. Bad Blood, Nice to Have a Friend, Midnight Rain, Shake It Off, Down Bad, My Tears Ricochet, Full Scotch. Nope, I haven't listened to it for ages, and that it just won't go away. It's just there, and that bit's just going round and round and round. And I like the song and I like Taylor Swift, but stop it. It'll be fine. Joker says, right, lol, why could I not remember that? Kept thinking it was by someone like Green Day or Nirvana. Luminary says, Day Glow, glow in the dark, reflective piping sounds like a winning idea to me. Yes, it does. It really does. Like, imagine piping. Because you can, oh, hang on, I've got it in this one. So this one, yeah, imagine piping running down that inset in the sleeve down both sides. That would be epic. The very lovely Catherine sent me this ginkgo print, and there was just enough to get these panels, and I just love how it's turned out, because I was convinced that I was going to put it with like this blue, but obviously this royal blue is completely wrong. It needed navy, and I didn't buy navy. I bought bright primary colors. And I've still got orange and Tiffany blue left, and I'm thinking about making another McCall's 7289 in the orange, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the Tiffany blue. I don't know. Darcy says, Florence and the Machine, No Lights is my current earworm. Nice. Luminaria says, yes, do it. Maybe that's what I will do with the Tiffany blue. I think I need to buy, because I bought 2 meters of the ivory, and I think I need to buy, like, I used every scrap of this, and I had 3 meters of this, and I've used every scrap of this. I had 2 meters of the coral, and I've used every scrap of that. And then I had like 1 meter of all the other colors, the yellow, the purple, the Tiffany blue, and the orange. So I think I need to... Jurassic Pigeon, first sighting of the year. My God, you're huge. We could eat you as a roast chicken. Sorry, it just flashed across and landed on the... And now it's looking at me. It heard its name. It's looking at me. We all know that dinosaurs used to be birds, right? I'm going to get eaten by a giant pigeon. I probably shouldn't tell it would be an amazing roast dinner. You are huge. Okay. If I do that, then the bar of the windows, if it comes closer, I will let you guys know. It can peck its way through the glass. That's why I'm scared. It'll be fine. What was I saying? Attention of like I'm like Doug from Up. It's like, hello, how are you? A squirrel. It would be exciting. We do have a squirrel that lives in the palm tree in our back garden. It would be exciting to see a squirrel, but no, Jurassic Pigeon. I was saying I need more French terry. So yeah, I need some more of the ivory, and maybe I should get some navy, although it doesn't work for the jogging bottoms. It's not stretchy enough for the jogging bottoms. So yeah. I mean, also, how many more sweatshirts does one person need? Although it might be nice to have another one of these in some different colors. But no, because I want to do the piping down the sleeves. Oh dear. Darcy says, I'm visualizing reflective piping for that. Yeah. Vesna says, hi, Sean. The only cure for an earworm is to listen to another song. I know. I can't do that while I'm on live with you guys, though. So it will have to be just going around in the back of the head for the next half hour. It's fine. We can do this. Nimori says, hello, I'm back. I found you. Hi. Yeah, we had some internet issues. Darcy says, pigeon sightseeing is something I missed. Yes, he's still there. He's just looking at me. He's moved further up the fence so he can look at me regardless of where the thing is on the window. So it's watching me. He's looking straight at me. He's huge. Oh, he's just puffed himself up. He's made himself even bigger. Oh, stop showing off. It's just like literally, because lots of people keep saying to me that, oh, it's not that big, they've puffed their feathers up. It's like, no, Debbie can attest to this, and Nimue as well. They've seen the Jurassic pigeons in real life. They are just huge, and then they puff themselves up and they look even bigger. It's very pretty. Oh, he's gone. That's all right. He's probably gone to attack the squirrel in the palm tree. That's where the direction he flew in. Sorry. Hello. Joker Clay says, isn't pigeon usually served up under the title of squab? Is it? Is that what squab is? I didn't know that. I've had pigeon before, and it was served as pigeon in the Oxo Tower, so fancy restaurant in London, and it was delicious. It can get very dry if not cooked well, so I tend to order it in fancy restaurants, so I've not had it often, but yes, it was very delicious. I also had, one of the most amazing dishes I've ever had was a starter in the Harwood Arms, which is the only Michelin-starred pub in London and happens to be owned by a friend of mine. And they did a pigeon tasting platter as the starter. So it had like drumsticks and pigeon breast and pate, made all sorts. But they had a pigeon tea. So it's like a consomme. Oh my gosh, pigeon tea was the most amazing thing I think I've ever had. It was so good. So good. Like, they totally deserve their Michelin star. So yeah, pigeon tea was delicious. But I didn't know that it was titled squab. I thought squab was something different. Now I need to look this up, because otherwise I'm just going to have Taylor Swift and squab going around in my head. What is squab? Yeah. Squab refers to a young, domestically raised pigeon, typically under 4 weeks old, often used as a culinary term. Oh, baby pigeon! Oh, sad. I've just sat here describing that one would be a great roast dinner and how delicious pigeon is. And then I'm like, oh, baby pigeon, sad. I eat lamb. I don't eat veal. Walking contradiction. Yes. Luminary says, little Jurassic pigeon rides again. Yes. Yes, it does. To keep an eye out for it. Darcy says Doug is delightful. Doug is delightful. Squirrel. Conchetta says maybe the Jurassic pigeon is to blame for the internet woes. He may be plotting something. He could be. He could be in cahoots with Feathers McGraw. He could be in cahoots with that penguin. He could be. Darcy says, can we do a sing-along in the chat? You totally can. Debbie says, oh yes, the giant pigeons. They are indeed giants. Darcy says, I thought squab was a corvid instead of a dove. No, apparently it's a less than 4-week-old pigeon. Caroline says, the chum with the gorgeous cookbook. Yes, he does look rather good in that. There's one particular picture in that cookbook which is just like, dude, stop it. Will I be able to find a picture of it? Will I be able to find a picture of it? Did I? Oh, it might be on his Instagram. Oh, I just had the message from Joker Clee saying, did you forget to feed the hamsters again? Searching for hot pictures of my friend. Oh, wow. My typing is bad. Oh, come on. Oh, pretty picture of him with his puppy. Nope, that photo is not one that comes up on the search thing, although his mini tanks does, because he has many tanks. Because of course he does. Who doesn't go out and spend their millions on mini tanks? Why wouldn't you? But yeah, there's a particular photo in his cookbook that is a bit tasty. Maybe that's why his wife won't let him speak to me anymore. I've known him longer than she did. But yeah. Sorry. Anyway. Joker Clue says, around here, pigeon usually winds up as a delicacy for the rodent control officers, but that's also because of the manner in which they are harvested. Lol, think sporting clays. Ah, yes. Yes. Caroline says, I have that cookbook. The food is incredible. It is indeed. He is a very good cook. Darcy says, I am an Ardebahor. I enjoy adorable creatures and they are often delicious. Adorable. Oh, I like it. Yes, that's the trouble. Tatty once took me to a farm in Ipswich that had all the baby animals, and you could hold the sheep and the goats and yeah. And she took me and her friend Sean, who is a gourmet cook, and she's a vegetarian, although she does eat fish, so pescatarian. And she was walking around the entire time saying, how could you eat something that looks so cute? And we're sitting there holding baby lambs going, they're so cute, but we eat them with mint sauce. So yeah. Joker Clee says there's a cookbook from this gentleman with the Michelin-starred pub. I must see this immediately. Let me find it for you. It's a game cookbook. He had a TV show on as well on Food Network with him and his previous wife doing up the pot kiln. Robinson book. Oh, he's got another one. Fit for table. Oh, the Country Life cookbook. Country Wise cookbook. Sorry, I beg your pardon, Mike. Yeah, allow all. I want to look at the picture. That's not quite working. Yeah. Just want to see the picture. Stop it. Country Wise. Here we go. Yeah. Country Wise cookbook. Tis good. Tis very good. It's one of his many cookbooks, apparently. He has quite a lot. Oh, yes. Yes. Where did I get to with the chat? Susan says, what is the cookbook called? And thanks, you're welcome. Let me know if you grab yourselves a copy. Joker Clee says, rolling on the floor, laughing my ass off at Darcy. Adorable for. And Darcy says, it's like an omnivore, but it's cuter. I like it. Joker Clee says, we're considering getting some meat rabbits from the neighbour to go with the ducks we currently have, but we're still holding back on that for right now, given how many other projects we have on the go. Yeah, there is one or two things happening around your place, so that is something to consider. But yeah. Oh, I don't know if... Again, I've eaten rabbit, and I think it's delicious when done well. I just, in my head, there is a disconnect between cute baby creature and the processed joint that arrives to me, and that is the bit in between is the bit that I can't cope with. And yeah, I don't think I would be able to raise animals. that would then end up on my plate. I think they would just end up being pets, and I would have lots of pets. So, yeah. Anyway, says recipes are one of the better things Facebook has thrown at me lately. I made a creamy Tuscan gnocchi bake yesterday for the second time because it proved yummy. Ooh, nice. Luminaria says cannot find the book on Amazon. Technically, it said it was available, but it's quite an old book. It's definitely sort of 12, 13 years ago since it was been published. So it might be one of those ones that you have to find secondhand. If I knew exactly where it was, I'd go and grab my copy so I could show you the photo that I'm talking about, because there is a particular picture in there that he looks rather good in. And again, that's probably why. Why is my... There it is. Countrywise Cookbook. Book. Mike Robinson. Where is your book? Oh, it comes up on my I purchased it in 2011, so it is old. And $2.95 because I think it is a secondhand hardcover. But you can find it on the on the Amazon. Joker Cleese has put it there. Darcy says modern life problems. Yes. There's I think it's a Terry Pratchett book where there's a group of gnomes living in a supermarket, and there's two branches of the gnomes, and there's one that ended up living in the supermarket, and then there's one that just stayed in the wild. And those gnomes are, used to farming and where all the food comes from, and the supermarket gnomes end up having to leave the supermarket because it's getting knocked down, and they're horrified by carrots that have dirt on them, because obviously the carrots in the supermarket have all been cleaned and packaged and put into the cellophane. And yeah, I can't remember the name of the book or much else about it other than that it just made me laugh, because again, it was the disconnect between like where your food comes from and how it's presented to you. Nimue says yarn winder has been christened and the blanket border has been frogged. Now to decide what to do instead. Luminaria says, okay, now I found it. Kindle wouldn't show it because a digital version isn't available. That doesn't surprise me because, like I say, it came out in like 2011. So yes. Tis a good book. I don't think Mum and I have made anything from that for a while. We'll have to get it out again and have a look. Because even when I was veggie, one of the only meat that I would eat, so technically I wasn't veggie, I would eat venison, because of the way that venison is culled. It doesn't go through a slaughterhouse, which was my issue with meat when I did go veggie, but I made myself so sick, and venison is not something that is affordable for like everyday eating. So yeah, but it was delicious when I had it. It was very delicious. Yes. Guys, I am absolutely starving, and Mum and Dad have held dinner for me, and I know I'm a little bit early calling it a night. I'm like 12 minutes early calling it a night for now, but according to my phone, I'm only 4 minutes early because I had obviously issues getting the live sort of started and going and all those kinds of things. So thank you for hanging out with me. And I have a video coming out. It's already uploaded and scheduled, and it's a premiere, and it's coming out on Tuesday. And it's my fabric haul and sewing plans for the Sew Fruity challenge. So that's going to be there on Tuesday, and then I'm hoping that there will be a sew along coming out this week as well, so that it's not all just like I've bought fabric here, look at fabric, but we shall see how that goes, because that's a long edit, but I have everything filmed for it now, so theoretically it should be doable. Let me just catch up on the chat. Joker Clue says, yeah, commercially hunted meats are rather expensive, even from game farms, which make it tempting to get a few, but the fencing required is insane. Lol, yes. My friend Mike has the license to cull the herds on quite a few different estates up and down England and Scotland. He even offered to take me hunting at one point, and I was just like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, yeah, no, it'll be really good. You can do it. And I was like, I don't think I can. But yeah, that was one of the reasons I would eat venison. Anyway, sorry. Darcy says ta-ta for now, Joker Clues, but it's so delicious. It is delicious. And he will teach you ways of cooking it if you, I mean, not that you need that, but yeah, there's ways of doing it in there. Nimoy says, say hello to Jane and Danny and enjoy your dinner. Have a lovely week, everyone. Thank you, you too. Joker Clues says, perhaps it's more incentive to come over late in the fall. Lol. Yes. Darcy says, Joker Clues, we get the freezer overflow from our friends who hunt for deer. Nice. Luminaria says, ciao to all. Caroline says, have a wonderful dinner. I always used to go with Granddad when tiny. Have a fab week all. And Joker Clues says, yes, please hug your folks for us too. I shall indeed. Thank you so much, everybody. I've just had an email from Pay by Phone Parking to say the MOT on my car is due. What? Weird. Sorry. Anyway, video on Tuesday. It is a premiere, so I will be in the chat. I've set an alarm, so hopefully I won't forget. I will be in the chat to hopefully watch it all with you and see what you think of my plans. And then, like I say, fingers crossed, a sew along as well. There will be the Wednesday night hangout with the $10 and $15 tier Patreon peeps. There will be a waffle as well, although that probably won't be out till the Friday. And then we'll be back here for a morning hangout next Sunday. So I shall see you all then. Thank you for putting up with the interesting internet times as well. Bye.